Hey there, everyone. Today, I'll be giving out my schedule predictions for the upcoming NFL schedule that is tomorrow. I mean, seriously, tomorrow is the NFL schedule, so I figured I'd do the predictions today. I mean, seriously. Also, what is your Creed Humphrey Pro compression? D? Crap. I don't know. Anyways, in the link below is the schedule special. So please feel free to click on that and get your reminders up and loading. But today, it is Broncos are signing Dennis Kelly. What? They will, but not yet. Yeah, nice try, T. Tighten up. I also see you as well. Anyways, as we all know, tomorrow is the NFL schedule. It's release, but I will not be doing Wednesday. I am moving it to Saturday. So let's get this party started. Today, we'll be discussing our predictions. I mean, seriously. And which games I hope to do that are not Tennessee Titans related. I mean, seriously. Who do you think Titans face first? Tighten up. My gut feeling tells me we may get a Derrick Henry versus Najee Harris battle at the Alabama running back games first. That's what I'm thinking about. And we are basically going to be heading into quite the weekend, people. I mean, seriously. I may have to do all the Titans games from now on. How am I going to keep track? Well, it's quite simple. I say Jags, Texans, or Jets. Yeah, let's hope so. Because due to this new NFL Network deal with Hulu, I may have to switch to Hulu due to this new deal NFL Network is doing. I mean, seriously, the thinking of moving NFL Network and Red Zone to Hulu, that's going to force me to switch to Hulu. Now, of course, this deal isn't official till August. If that happens, I don't get NFL Network anymore, I may have to switch to Hulu. That's going to put me in big time trouble, especially with Thursday Night Football already moving to Amazon Prime. But the good part about that is that switching to Hulu would mean I would be allowed to watch all the Titans games, even from my hometown, New Jersey, because Hulu basically got every single game down. I mean, seriously. I got to keep NFL Network if I want to keep up. But anyways, enough about that. Let's move on to which games you think we'll be heading to. Basically, I hope Buffalo Bills is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' first opponents, because that's going to get high ratings. anything else could basically put the Buccaneers in low ratings. Unless, of course, Dallas Cowboys is it, because Cowboys, they could definitely give some kind of advantage. Though I think the teams that could earn their ratings back would be the New England Patriots. I mean, seriously, the Patriots, they already signed most of the big guys around. I hope Titans don't face them right away. I hope Titans don't face them late in the series. I mean, seriously. Of course, facing the Cardinals early would be a dangerous problem. Then again, it could also work in your favor. Guess we'll just have to see. Won't we? Because this is going to be one heck of a schedule. 17 games. Basically, I hope we get Buccaneers a great opponent right off the bat, because, yeah, Super Bowl champs, they always open up the ring. Except for the one time where Chicago and Green Bay had to face each other. Sorry, I gotta take this off. Basically, as a Tennessee Titans fan, I hope we don't go up against guys like Arizona, New England, Arizona early, and New England too late, because that could be a dangerous problem. Also, the bye weeks cannot become official due to the COVID problem. But hey, that's just life, how it is. That's just how it is. Especially with Arizona Cardinals getting ready to destroy the league, especially after Arizona brought in all these guys, winner of the J.J. Watt sweepstakes, bringing in A.J. Green, drafting Xavier Collins. I mean, seriously, Arizona is basically ready to dominate the NFC West, despite what everyone thinks. But New England Patriots, that's the AFC team people need to look into, because, yeah, bringing in Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, and then, of course, drafting Mac Jones, who could replace Cam Newton one of these days. Might have to look into that. Of course, there's still the matter of the Jacksonville Jaguars trying to make a comeback, especially with Trevor Lawrence as the QB, and, of course, Tim Tebow being the tight end. And, I mean, seriously, Tim Tebow, what? That's kind of crazy. But I think the team that could plummet is Houston Texans. The Texans, they're facing a QB crisis, and they got, like everyone else in the AFC South, Texans have the AFC East and the NFC West. But here comes the problem. They got Cleveland Browns as their AFC North opponent. That is very sad to be a Texans fan at this rate. Meanwhile, Jacksonville, they're ready to rock and roll. And Indianapolis Colts, they got Carson Wentz ready in reserve, but here comes the thing. Their new offensive tackle, Eric Fisher, won't be ready until early October, which could very well lead to some early trouble, but Indianapolis could bounce back once Eric Fisher is clear to play. But here's the thing. If you're an Indianapolis Colts fan, you got to avoid strong opponents right off the bat. I would avoid Cardinals, Rams, and Ravens if I were Indianapolis. Of course, there's the matter of the New Orleans Saints dealing with the QB crisis. Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill, and now this new guy, Ian Book. That's gonna cause some major issues in New Orleans. Who will win Sean Payton's heart? Vinroy, welcome. I mean, seriously, we need a strong schedule. Everyone needs a strong schedule, but according to the people, Pittsburgh Steelers have the most difficult schedule of them all. And they were right to say that because Steelers basically have a cruddy offensive line despite bringing in a lot of useful players for Big Ben. It's going to be a tough year for all the Steelers fans. But some playoff teams can take advantage of their opponent of the toughness. I mean, seriously. And look at them. Tell me what you see. Don't you see what Titans are doing? To be quite honest, I hope Titans don't end up with the early bye again. Because, yeah, look how that turned out. We need to avoid early buys, people. If you get an early bye and you get a major injury, that's basically very bad. Bad. Once the Hulu deal goes down, I think I may have to switch to Hulu, and therefore we'll be able to do all the Titans games. But I'm hoping to do Detroit and Los Angeles Rams because it's a Matthew Stafford versus Jared Cook game. Despite all that, I hope to do Brady's return to New England. I hope to do Cam Newton's return to Carolina. I mean, seriously. And I hope to do some of the revenge games from last year, from the playoffs. Minus the Buccaneers and Washington football team game, though. That one is going to be a blowout. I think the revenge game I'm looking forward to the most is the Cleveland Browns and Kansas City Chiefs, because that game is going to be a dangerous mix between these two AFC teams. The Browns really have become the dog pound this year. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Cleveland Browns for a long, long time. The 2022 and 23 is filling with superstars. I will pull a link. Let me pull it up. Things are getting out of control. People are wondering, what's going to be the schedule? Which bye week are we going to get? Because I'm hoping Titans don't get an early bye week again. And I hope it's not in between weeks 10 through 12, because yeah, it's going to be difficult to win most of these games right off the bat. But then again, a late bye week could result in early recoveries. Yeah, I think a late bye week would be a perfect fit for a playoff team. But if you're a team that's fighting for a playoff spot, that's sad. And the NFL team also has to commit themselves to their COVID protocols. I mean, look at the Titans last year. They lost their bye week because they were unprepared. New England Patriots had the exact same problems. And Ravens, they moved to Wednesday night, lost the Thanksgiving game. The Ravens lost the Thanksgiving game due to COVID protocol. Who plays football on a Wednesday? Who does that? I mean, seriously. Luckily, everything is ready. Luckily, by the new year, everything will be ready to go. Also, there might be a chance that Week 18 could be those extra games. I mean, seriously, what if they change the rules to move to make the extra games last? The name is over the cap website. Press the agency. Get there. Press tracking. Yeah, I'm well aware of over the cap. There are lots of revenge games this year, minus the Titans and Patriots from 2 years ago, because Tom Brady wasn't there. Tom Brady's no longer there, so that no longer counts as a revenge game. But there is one, Indianapolis and Buffalo from last year. There's also Cleveland and Kansas City from last year. I think the AFC South team that's in panic mode about their schedule is Indianapolis Colts. I know what you're thinking, Houston or Jacksonville. Well, Eric Fisher's not scheduled to be back until early October. So if they face off against tough opponents like the Rams or the Ravens in September, that could be a problem. That could very well be a problem right off the bat. Or a team like Cardinals, who has basically stacked up their team. I mean, seriously. You cannot expect all the Colts fans to basically be in panic mode the day before the schedule's release. Basically, it doesn't matter what the Texans schedule is going to look like. It's going to basically, because unless the Deshaun Watson thing gets figured out, Texans are early dead. Hey, maybe that they target Adams to AJ, and maybe we trade for Julio. That could be the plan. I don't know about that. But speaking of Adams, the Green Bay Packers, they're in a heap of trouble no matter what the schedule is because of the Aaron Rodgers situation. I mean, seriously, throw the State Farm game out the window no matter which week it is, because if Aaron Rodgers sits out the year, Packers are DONE done. Because who knows if Jordan Love's going to do well on his first official year as a Packer. I mean, Packers are already looking into backup QBs already, because that could very well be a problem. Remember, we had players sitting out the year due to COVID protocols. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers had an excuse. And all the Packers fans start booing right now. So, yeah. But there's also the possibility on who the Buccaneers will be facing in the very first game of the season. I mean, seriously, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they got lots to choose. They got 8 to choose from. I hope it's Buffalo, people. I hope it's Buffalo, because that's going to give NBC high ratings. Unless, of course, they're willing to cut NBC. See, that's the plan. If not Buffalo, maybe Dallas Cowboys is the solution. I mean, seriously. I mean, the Cowboys definitely improved their roster this year. They went all defense in the draft. So, yeah, you can't. Well, most of the Cowboys draft picks were defensive players. Jacob Gonzalez, welcome. Adam Schefter lied to us. You caught in 4K in the morning show when the reporters asked Adam for the I don't know. Don't bet on it, because Aaron Rodgers, the Aaron Rodgers news is still all over the world. Vinroy. Roy, if this information turns out false, he would have been fired by now. Yes, Jacob, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, seriously, the guy says he wants to be done with Green Bay Packers. And like Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers has a no trade clause. So the Packers have to give him where he wants to go. But what if the team can't afford Aaron Rodgers? That's the question. Did he ever stop to think that through? I guess not. My guess is that he is not. But then again, he could also sit out the year. But then again, there's also the matter of training Jordan Love. I said training. Because they have to get Jordan Love up and ready at this point. I mean, seriously. I think Aaron Rodgers stays for one more year, then he goes to free agency. Jacob, I think he's way too. I think you mean one more year, then he gets traded. That's probably what you mean. Because maybe Aaron Rodgers ought to say it now. I'm sitting out the year because guess what? You refuse to trade me. That's probably what he's saying. And that's what Deshaun Watson should be thinking about as well. But Houston Texans, they are ready because they drafted Davis Mills from Stanford as the new QB ready to go. I wouldn't mind the Titans battled the Texans early with that guy. Look, no matter what, Green Bay ain't winning the Super Bowl. They can't move the ball, and how you going to win when you don't have the right? Vinroy, I agree with you on on this part, but it all depends on the right man behind the wheel. I mean, you can't expect Aaron Jones to be the new Derrick Henry, am I right? Can't expect the running back to do everything. In fact, there were some reports about him. There were some people that said, trade him to Tennessee Titans, trade him to Pittsburgh Steelers. But in reality, it turns out to be Denver or Las Vegas. Move him to the AFC West because guess what? Patrick Mahomes is in the same division. I mean, seriously, trade him to Denver or Las Vegas with Patrick Mahomes in the same division? Are you kidding me? I wouldn't do that in a million years. Even with the no trade clause. I mean, what are they going to give up? I mean, what are they going to give the Packers? He doesn't want to rebuild. He wants to win now. Yeah, and Denver and Las Vegas are not win now teams. My guess it has to be Pittsburgh Steelers because Big Ben's time is almost up, and I'm pretty sure their roster is ready to go now. They just need the right man behind the wheel, and Big Ben is not it. But still, because guess what? There is no way in hell Tennessee Titans would actually trade him because they're not giving up Ryan Tannehill. I mean, seriously. They're not giving up Ryan Tannehill for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, seriously. And the cost is too high. Too high. He just might have to stay. Yes, Jacob. Yeah. Yes, Jacob Gonzalez. Yes. He may have to stay until he can sort things out.